there, it's Dana again, and this is video 2 in the German Schmear technique. Video 1 was what you need to prep and get ready in your supplies, and this one we're actually going to be mixing and start hand troweling on. So the first thing that you need to do is get your bucket ready, and I've already put 4 cups into the bucket, and it's not actual measurement cups, it's just a cup. So the ratio is 5 to about 1.5 or 2. You're going to get, I'll show you the consistency as we mix, but this is the 5th cup. So we're going to go ahead and put this in, empty that, and then we're going to measure in a same size cup. We are going to measure 1 cup, 1 full cup, and then about a half to another full-size cup. The key is consistency of the mortar, so I'll show you that. It's going to be about pancake batter consistency. So now you want to get your mixing bit and your power drill and start to mix really well. Okay, as you can see, the consistency of the mortar mix is pretty runny, but it's not so runny that it's watery. You want it about, like I said, pancake batter consistency. Shake off your mixing bit and put that aside. And then you're ready to wet your brick and get started. So you want to wet the brick just a little bit, just give it a good mist. That helps the mortar to adhere to the brick really well. It adheres better and there's less dust if you go ahead and just mist it down really good. And here in Texas right now, it's June, and so it's about 130,000 degrees outside. And you're going to want to check your mortar batter frequently, because if it's hotter, it'll start to set quicker. So that's why I only do a little bit at a time. It's because it'll start to thicken up as you go. You can add a little water to it if you need to along the way and remix it. But if it's hotter outside, it's going to dry or set up more quickly. Okay, so as you can see, my mortar has already started to sit. So I'm going to add a little bit of water, just a little mist. And I'm going to remix it real quick. Okay, now that I have it back to the consistency that I want it, I'm going to start hand troweling. Some people will use a metal trowel and it's just really hard. The mortar slides off and it's hard to get good contact, so it's easier to do with your hands. You're just going to reach in, and normally I start toward the top and work down, but for these purposes I'm just going to start in the middle. So what you want to do is you want to just start smearing on and rubbing in really well. Get into all the cracks, and you want to leave some of the edges of the brick so it's less like stucco. You don't want it smooth, you want to be able to see some of the grooves in the brick come through. So as you can see, because it's so hot, it's setting up pretty quickly. So again, that's why I don't mix as much, and I work pretty fast. You also don't want to wear any good clothes. Fashion is not your friend in this. You shouldn't care how you look or how you smell by the end. As you can see, I'm just working into all the grooves. I'm not going to cover up all of the brick. I want some of the brick still showing through. Because the purpose of this is to have a bit of a European feel, where it's old and things have started to flake off, and show the mortar and the brick coming through. It can be time consuming, and you will have arms like pie at the end, but the end result is really pretty, and it hides a lot of flaws. So if you, like in Texas, we have lots of foundation issues, and we get cracks in our mortar and in our bricks, and this helps to hide those, and it also helps to be able to repair those, because as cracks or holes or whatever develop, you can always come back with the same brand of mortar and work it in and repair, and it's barely noticeable. As with, unlike paint, where it doesn't hide as many flaws, and when it starts to chip and peel off, there's a lot of maintenance and expense with painted brick. With this, a bag of mortar is about $10 to $12, depending on the brand that you get. And we estimate that we can do our house minus supplies, just the mortar, for about $200, which is quite a bit less than paint. So, you can see we've already gotten started. When we come back, we'll have a whole section finished, and we will have used probably 2 buckets of mortar for this one wall, and I'll show you how to finish up and what the final result looks like. Back for video 3 when we come back.